2 weeks on the road, and 2 heartbreaking losses for the Michigan Wolverines. Today, the Maize and Blue return home, where they hope to remain perfect in 2009. The Wolverines host Delaware State next. Game day here in Ann Arbor. Big Ten football presented by the United States Marine Corps. The first ever meeting between the Delaware State Hornets and the Michigan Wolverines on this cool, crisp day here in the Midwest. Hi, everyone. I'm Matt Devlin alongside former Michigan Wolverine tight end Mark Campbell. And, Mark, when you look at this matchup, well, maybe for Michigan, it comes at a really good time after 2 very tough losses on the road, losing by a total of 8 at Michigan State and then last week at Iowa.
Yeah, of course. It couldn't come at a better time for them. They got a lot of players that are beat up. They also had a perfect time. It's their midseason report where Coach Rod could go through the roster, make sure he's got the right guys at the right spots.
Hey, speaking of the right guy, he's got a couple of them at quarterback. When you look at Tate Forcier, he's really excelled at home.
Yeah, he looks great at home. 4-0. He's done very well. 7 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, but he has struggled on the road. 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. He's got to get a little bit better on the road. He's a true freshman. He'll get better.
Of course, a concussion. He suffered that against Iowa. Missed practice on a Monday and Tuesday, but also he's missed practice on Monday and Tuesday over the last 3 weeks because of that banged-up shoulder. Today, we expect a little bit more maybe of Denard Robinson.
Yeah, it's a perfect situation for Denard to come in and to play well. They should play well today. The running game should do well against this defense that gives up 200 yards rushing a game. Look for Denard to have a big day. I expect him, after the first couple series, if they go well, Denard to come in and play the rest of the way.
All righty, it's the Michigan Wolverines and Delaware State Hornets for the first ever time tailgating and having a great time here. Delaware State and Michigan next. Big Ten Network football is presented by the United States Marine Corps, the few, the proud, the Marines. And brought to you in part by Rotel and Velveeta. Try Rotel and Velveeta's famous queso dip, the ultimate game day snack. By State Farm, to us nothing is more important than being there. And by Philips HD, made to feel, made to amaze, Philips HD. Welcome back to Michigan Stadium, the Big House, as we get set for kickoff here on this Saturday. Delaware State and the Michigan Wolverines. With more on today's matchup, we bring in the third member of our broadcast team, Brent Stover. Brent?
Super Bowl, Al Levan, the head coach, telling us yesterday, we didn't come here to the Big House for a moral victory. We came to win a football game. Now, for Michigan, clearly, I don't think it's humanly possible to get as jacked up for a game like this as you would a normal Big Ten conference game. But Rich Rodriguez told us, you know what, there's a level that we expect every time that our players take the football field, to play hard, to play physical, to do what we're supposed to do. So, Matt, maybe more today than any other game on the schedule here in 2009. There's a lot to be graded other than what ends up on the scoreboard after 4 quarters.
Yeah, they certainly do want to execute, as Coach Rich Rodriguez told us yesterday, and this is a team that's turned it over 7 times over the last 2 weeks. Next week, of course, Penn State. Big Ten college football is brought to you in high definition by Philips HD, available at Target, Walmart, and Sam's Club. And you may wonder, how did this game come about? Well, when Rich Rodriguez, Mark, took this program over, there was an open date. He told us yesterday they went around looking for an FBS team. No one was willing to come here. Everybody wanted a home and home. They went to the MAC. They wanted a home and home as well. So then they started talking to some FCS schools, to the likes of the University of Maine and UMass, and then also Delaware State. And there was a connection there between a couple of assistant coaches, and that's how this game came about. Now we expect Michael Shaw to be the starting running back. Carlos Brown is out because of concussion. He missed last week's game. Brandon Minor, he's had a banged up ankle all fall. He did run for 95 yards last last week. He will not go today, Mark.
Yeah, and Brandon Minor, that's a guy that this team is really based upon. Their running game is physical, aggressive. Brandon Minor brings that to the table. Now with the other backs, with Carlos Brown, who's not playing again today, he's got their longest pass from scrimmage and he's got their longest rush from scrimmage. They're going to miss him today. I think they can get away with it today, but they're going to need him next week for Penn State.
Tate Forcier didn't practice Monday, Tuesday. So much controversy created over this past week because Denard Robinson went in to handle those final 2 series for the Michigan Wolverines on the road at Iowa. Later came out that Tate Forcier had a concussion. But Rich Rodriguez told us he's been rotating quarterbacks throughout the course of the week. No controversy to him, no issue. You will see both quarterbacks today. Temperature 44 degrees. And mostly cloudy, and how about that wind? May play a little bit of a role.
This is nice. This is football weather, man.
Oh, you told me earlier, Mark, that it's football weather for everybody but the football players.
Yeah, no, there's no question.
And we are all set here on this Saturday for the first ever meeting between these 2 schools. Getting by, slipped up, should have now picked up and brought back to the 5-yard line. LaRon Moore, after Brian Wright booted it.
Yeah, LaRon could have taken a knee there because that was a muff. He didn't have possession. He could have taken a knee. I'm sure he didn't know the rules, so he decided to come out.
Change at quarterback because of an injury. Anthony Glaude last week suffered a concussion, and so Nick Elko, a redshirt freshman from Maryland, comes in, and what a tough place to start. The handoff to Deshaun Jones, and he is met in the backfield. And a loss. Now it's time for the Rotel Velveeta starting lineups because you can't start your game day without the famous queso dip. And for Delaware State, the largest crowd that they've ever played in front of, 29,000. So can you imagine what it feels like for these youngsters? Deshaun Jones, the running back, getting the start over Tyree McQueen. It's going to bring up now 2nd and 11 for the Hornets. Jones can't get outside in a swarming defense by the Michigan Wolverines as Mike Martin comes in to make the stop, and he is one big physical player. There is a flag on the play. Going to go against Delaware State.
Illegal formation. 5 men in the backfield on the offense. That penalty is declined. 3rd down.
The Michigan defense, and for the Michigan Wolverines up front, Graham, he is something else. He has 10 total tackles for loss. And then you look at that linebacking core. They love Stevie Brown and all that he can do. And just no place to go for Delaware State. And they are going to be backed up big time on 4th down. You look at the secondary, the walk-on Jordan Kovacs. His father was a walk-on here at Michigan, Lou, and his son following in his footsteps.
It's always nice when you see a father-son.
Oh.
You know, Michigan's one of those places. I know there's a lot of schools across the country that do that. They have a lot of, family traditions here. A lot of the same family members coming to this school and playing here.
Nick Lochner, Al Levan, head coach at Delaware State, said this guy has been a major plus for us, and that one was nearly blocked. And Odom's telling everybody to stay away from it, and a solid punt as he was backed up all the way.
That's tough, man. That's hard for punters. I don't envy them one bit to be in the back of the end zone, especially at a place like the Big House. That's a tough thing to do. Your first punt of the game. The punter for Delaware State really is their best special team player, though. Yep. He does a great job.
41-yard punt, and Tate Forcier will lead the Wolverines out onto the field. As we mentioned, because of that shoulder, he hasn't practiced over the last 3 weeks on Monday and Tuesdays, and then you add the concussion in. So it'll be interesting to see how long we see him go here on this day, and they give it off on the inside of Michael Shaw, and Shaw tries to stretch it outside and picks up a couple. Now it's time for the Rotel Velveeta starting lineups, because you can't start your game day without the famous queso dip. And that offensive line, Rich Rodriguez telling us that they are the calming effect to this offense as they go outside now to Greg Matthews, and Matthews is going to have a first down and a lot more. A young defense for Delaware State, so watch out. Of course, this is a young Michigan Wolverines team. A pickup of 14 yards. First down and 10 inside the 30 of the Hornets, and Tate Forcier under center. I formation. And the give. Shaw bouncing it outside, and he's going to pick up 3 on the play. And so here is the defense at Delaware State. Defensive coordinator Rayford Petty. And up front, they really like the play of Dunn and Hurst along with Carroll. And the linebacking core, well, they got 3 new guys in there from a year ago. They suffered their first losing season under Al Levan last year at Delaware State. Just 3 seasons ago, they won 10 games in the FCS. Bringing up second and long, and Forcier to the near side. And Odoms has plenty of room. And he is out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
That's a nice play. And what I like about this drive is Tate can come in. He can come in and make some easy throws. That's what this offense is based on. Nice, easy throws. Gets the ball to Odoms, one of the team playmakers. I know we talked to Coach Rod yesterday. He talked about Odoms a lot. One of the playmakers. Good for Tate. Good for him to build some confidence after a week ago. Show him that his arm is feeling better. This is a good drive for Michigan.
25-yard pickup. You know, here it is, Delaware State plopped in the middle of the Big Ten schedule. But because this is a young Michigan Wolverine team, close to 70% of the roster are freshmen and sophomores, this works out well for him. And on the opening drive, a touchdown by the sophomore from Ohio, Michael Shaw. And Shaw gets his second touchdown of the season for the Wolverines. And so a very well executed first series for the Wolverines.
I mean, that couldn't have gone any better. It couldn't have gone better for those guys. A great defensive stand, come out with a drive, go right down the field and score.
And so on now for the extra point. And it is good. Here it is, Michael Shaw, his second touchdown of the season, and the Wolverines on the board. Opening quarter here at Michigan Stadium. Wolverines lead the Hornets 7-0. Go inside the conference 4 nights a week with 4 unique shows on the Big Ten Football 4-Pack. Our experts bring you game plan breakdowns, interviews, and analysis you won't find anywhere else. Catch the Football 4-Pack every Tuesday through Friday at 10 o'clock Eastern, only on the Big Ten Network, the only cure for the gridiron deficiency. And unfortunate situation for Richard Bernard, the long snapper senior from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, went to Lackawanna Junior College. And on the coverage, hustling down to get Odoms. You see right there. Grabbing onto his knee. And Coach Al Levan out to check on his long snapper.
You know, I've had a knee injury. I had a torn right ACL. I'm not saying that's what that is. Obviously, we do not know, but I know it's a lonely feeling when you're the guy on the field and you know something's seriously wrong. Hopefully, for his sake, it's not.
And you see him getting carted off now. And a round of applause from the Michigan fans. If you want to check in on the Purdue and Ohio State game, go to BigTenNetwork.com/GameFinder. That's BigTenNetwork.com/GameFinder. Denard Robinson will come out onto the field. And so Robinson in on the second series. Direct snap, and he'll pick up 6 on the carry and possibly 7. And so he is known as his freshman as a runner. He's only thrown the ball 15 times. He has 3 picks.
Yeah, not great as throwing the ball. You know, if you throw 10 completions and 3 of them are picks, that's not the greatest thing. But this is what he brings to the table. He's a little bit of a change-up. That's why it works for Michigan. He runs extremely well. One of the fastest guys on the club.
Shaw busting through the middle and up to the 44-yard line. So head coach Rich Rodriguez not waiting around. He said, you know what, I'm going to, Tate Forcier did a great job first series, second series. It looked like Tate was going to head back out there, but after the long pause, they went with Denard Robinson.
Right, and as Shaw finds a big hole here on the draw, nice play for him. He's great in tight quarters, really, Shaw. He does a good job being elusive in small holes.
And speaking of being elusive, how about Denard Robinson getting through into Hornet territory before he's finally brought down at the 37-yard line. And they bring two totally different things to the table, Robinson and Forcier.
Yeah, they do. They do. With Robinson, you get that spark. And you know what's great about him, too, also as a quick running back, because he's really a running back with the ball, is the offensive linemen don't have to hold those blocks so long. He gets through so fast.
Pick up with 20. He's the third leading rusher for the Michigan Wolverines. He's going to pitch it to the near side. Shaw with plenty of room. Shaw turns up the shoulders, and he's finally brought down at the 21-yard line. And Michigan right now running left and right over Delaware State.
Just a little shovel pass here from Denard, nice and easy. Gets Shaw in the open space, and that's where you want him, in the open field. You know, a guy like that with playmaker, game-breaking speed. Give him the ball early, let him get in open space.
16-yard pickup. It's first down once again. And a handoff to Vincent Smith, the true freshman from Florida. And Vincent Smith.
It's about your size.
For the 10. I wish I was 168.
Yeah, no question.
5'6", 168 is Vincent Smith, like you were back in 7th grade.
No, you're going to have to go earlier than that.
11-yard pickup. I really like Vincent Smith and his quickness despite that size. And Robinson goes straight up the gut. This is a extremely successful team once they get into the red zone, the Michigan Wolverines. And the Honda Generators red zone this season, 45 possessions, 29 touchdowns, and 6 field goals. Robinson out of the shotgun. Second series for the Michigan Wolverines, and a touchdown for Vincent Smith. His first touchdown as a member of the Michigan Wolverines comes against Delaware State on a 6-yard run.
Looked easy, didn't it, man?
It certainly did. And that explosiveness that he has and the ability to get outside. And there's Brandon Miner. Game time decision didn't go. The senior from Richmond, Virginia, had to start last week. And that one is through the uprights. It's 14-0. And as you would expect, Michigan looking extremely sharp against Delaware State offensively. 14-0 Michigan with 8:12 remaining here in this first quarter. They've had the ball twice. They scored twice. Tonight in primetime, two teams look to get the season back on track when the Fighting Illini take on the Hoosiers, and they battle under the lights in Bloomington. Tonight in high def, presented by Hampton Hotels, 7 o'clock Eastern, only on the Big Ten Network. It's Illinois and Indiana. That drive 7 for 72 yards. Time 2 minutes 22 seconds. Vincent Smith on a 6-yard rush in his first career touchdown. First one 5 plays, 45 yards, 151, and the second one 7 plays for 72. Yesterday, in talking to Rich Rodriguez, talking about executing, and he said we got about 75% of what we want to do right about now as we bring in Brent Stover. Brent?
Guys, you know, Jordan Kovacs tried out for this Michigan team as a student body walk-on last fall, but got cut because he just revealed too much in his physical on his surgically repaired knee. So Kovacs then goes out, gets surgery again on his own, comes back this past spring, tries out again, makes it. They thought he'd be a guy that might contribute on special teams. He's now the starting strong safety. In fact, he had 17 tackles against Michigan State, the most in a single game by any defender in the Big Ten this year. By the way, his defensive coordinator, Greg Robinson, didn't know who he was until Kovacs got a couple of reps late in camp. Robinson used to call him Kavanaugh, thought he was a totally different guy on the team.
Over the last 2 weeks, he's had 28 tackles. Great story. All right, let's go check in with Dave Repson and our network studios for a Prestone game break. Dave?
Thank you, Matt. Purdue got an early field goal against Ohio State, but back come the Buckeyes. Terrell Pryor, a 6-yard touchdown run, his 4th rushing touchdown of the year, and Ohio State now leading it 7-3. Matt?
I appreciate it, Dave. And just to follow up on Brent's story about Jordan Kovacs, whose father, Lou, played here. Coach Robinson telling us yesterday he now just calls him Circle K. He's calling him Kavanaugh for a while.
How great is that? And you know he's just a walk-on. Yeah, so he's not going to say anything. Yes, coach. Yes, coach. Yes, coach.
Right. Kavanaugh, get over here. Okay, I'm coming, coach. Wait a minute. But you said you saw that throughout your career, but you just, you know, it happens to guys, and guys don't ever want to say anything because they don't want to upset the coach, right?
It happened to me and a guy by the name of Jeremy Tooman, who was a big-time tight end out of here, an All-American. And we were with Gary Moeller as freshmen. He used to get us mixed up all the time. We just nod, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I mean, you're scared to say anything.
Especially, as you mentioned, as a walk-on. Yeah, great story. A big hit there in open field by Donovan Warren, and a pickup of 4 for Delaware State as Michigan is on top, 14-0. And talking to new defensive coordinator Greg Robinson, he said that, you know, Donovan Warren's a guy that's just going to make a big play. One, you know, come away with one of them every game.
Yeah, and he's had that ability so far. 3 Big Ten games, 3 picks. Obviously, last week, first play of the game, took it, pick 6. Guy's a good playmaker. There's no question about it. He's going to make it happen. Great ball skills, and that's the difference from good to great for a defensive back.
Odom's back again. And the punter, Nick Lochner, with a new long snapper. And that one's blocked by Smith. An advanced touchdown, Wolverines. Touchdown, Michigan.
Wow.
Brandon Graham. Brandon Smith came in with the block.
Wow, you get a new long snapper in, you know, hasn't rehearsed as well as the starter. Struggled a little bit. Ball didn't get back there quite as fast as it normally would, but really just a lack of protection here. An easy block. Took it off the foot.
Quentin Fortis, the new long snapper, and it's now 21-0 on a block punt. And then senior from Detroit, Brandon Graham hustles in for the Wolverine touchdown. Yeah. Big Ten Network football presented by United States Marine Corps in Michigan, up 21-0. Here dominant, as one would expect, against Delaware State here opening up. Stay tuned for the Buffalo Wild Wings halftime report with scores and highlights from today's games. And of course, as you know, so many people think about the FCS, Michigan, and Appalachian State, but Appalachian State even at a different level in the FCS than Delaware State at this stage in the MEAC. Coming off of a losing season last year, and then without their starting quarterback, it is 21-0. Brian Wright, a junior from Salem, Ohio, getting set. And he boots it all the way back to the end zone. And once again, LaRon Moore having trouble, and he's going to do the right thing.
He's learned.
Flag down on the play. It's a couple of times. It slipped through the fingertips. And how about Brandon Graham? The United States Marine Corps salutes Graham, today's leader of the game. His first career touchdown off of that block punt by Brandon Smith. And Brandon's going to be saying, hey, I set you up.
Yep. Right now he's living the dream. Just another thing for the stat sheet. You know, the guy's awesome.
And he's had quite, 3 sacks,
Blocking
forced
back.
fumble.
Number 84 on the receiving team. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
Blocking the back on a kneel down?
And for Delaware State, they're backed up once again. Justin Wilson. This defense, of course, the scheme changes a little bit or a lot really, with Greg Robinson, and for them, a confidence builder certainly against a team like this, because this entire roster is extremely young. As I mentioned, 70%, nearly 70% are freshmen and sophomores, and they are just having their way up front. And a tackle and Zay comes away with a tackle. Matt Devlin and Mark Campbell, former tight end here with the Michigan Wolverines, won it all back in 1997 from Michigan. Big Ten football, Delaware State against Michigan here at the Big House in Ann Arbor, Michigan. A beautiful day here for football, and Wolverines fans expecting this kind of play out of Michigan on this day against this opponent. Plopped right in the middle of the Big Ten schedule, but with this young team, maybe not a bad thing after 2 tough losses at Michigan State and then last week at Iowa. And an inside give and no place to go for the Hornets.
Yeah, I see it as a huge advantage having a game like this in the thick of your season. Now, it may not make all the fans happy, but it's just a huge advantage for any football club. You got a couple tough in-conference games, and you get really an inferior team. A week you can heal up, almost like a bye week in the NFL. You can do all your midseason reports, find out where people are, what you need to do to be a better football club.
And that's what Rich Rodriguez told us yesterday when we met with him, is that this really gave us an opportunity to look at everything over the course of the previous 6 games and where guys lined up. Did we want to change anything?
Yeah, as he said, the good, the bad, the ugly.
And pass is complete to LaRon Moore. And LaRon Moore on the reception there is actually a track star at Delaware State, and trying to make that change into a football player. Gain of 7, and it's going to bring up 4th down.
10-3-9 in the 100 meters. That's what you were running, wasn't it?
That was, yes, that was back in the day. Back in the day.
No question.
Oh yeah. For 10 yards, that was me. Odoms at the 50, and a flag is down.
Delay game.
Delay of game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
And nothing going the way of Delaware State. They came in yesterday, and they landed and came straight here to Michigan Stadium as Nick Elko and Al Levan, the head coach, talk through things. They have never played in front of a crowd this big, 100,000 plus, 106,000 plus. Lochner sending Odoms back to the 48. Odoms looking around, trying to get outside, and unable to do so as he is brought down by Kevin Green, the Purdue transfer. Big Ten standings, Ohio State, Iowa, remaining perfect, 6-0. And for Michigan next week, they have Penn State. And here's Penn State sitting at 5-1, 1-1 in conference play.
That'd be a huge game for Michigan, especially. Obviously, Penn State still wants to vie for the title, but a huge game for Michigan. Where are they going to come back? What are they going to come back with after 2 tough losses? Another big-time opponent. Big game.
Denard Robinson remains on, and maybe that tells us a little bit about the injury to Tate Forcier as Shaw battles ahead close to a 1st down, and he may have it. The concussion a week ago, and then obviously the injured shoulder as well.
Right. You have to be smart about it. As Shaw, takes about 5 guys to get him down. Great run by him. They're very high on him, but you have to be smart about Tate. Let's make sure he's healthy. He's shown a huge upside.
Ball is loose on the field, and did Delaware State come away with it? They did. Greg Lagan comes in and recovers it. And you see big Kevin Green, the transfer from Purdue.
You know, a wise coach once told me, it is better to die an early death rather than fumble the football.
And what coach was that?
That was Coach Carr. And he said it all the time.
And this has been an issue with Michigan. Over their last 2 games, they've turned it over 7 times as Elko has his pass deflected. And it's something that, you know, their first 2 possessions, great. You know, 7 plays, 72 yards, touchdown. First one, 5 plays, 45 yards, touchdown. Now all of a sudden you turn it over. Yes, you're up 21-0. But everything that we talked to Greg Robinson about, the defensive coordinator yesterday, as well as Rich Rodriguez about, was about executing and playing a near perfect game.
Yeah, and these are young guys, and you know, you don't want to say it's expected, but you understand. You can understand that some young guys do some things, and they'll learn from it. So hopefully you take that sort of thing, and you find a way to develop it. You know, I'm sure the next time he gets a chance, he's going to hold on to the football.
Moore, and he is out of bounds. There's Greg Robinson, former Syracuse head coach, longtime NFL assistant, and also assistant at UCLA. At North Carolina State. Said really his relationship with Rich Rodriguez developed when both were in the Big East. Brings up 3rd down now. Elko flushed out of the pocket with room to run, and he's cut down short of the 1st down, and that's going to bring up 4th down once again after a gain of 6. And Michael Williams comes up to make the stop. Luckner back to punt, and Odoms is back to receive. Poor snap, but able to get it away this time, and the line drive back to the 37-yard line. Odoms trying to get outside. Odoms turns the corner, and he is shoved out of bounds at the 38-yard line. And great field position for Michigan.
Yeah, one of the things we talked about yesterday with Coach Rod was he wants to improve his special teams. They've been good, okay, not great. I mean, you take away Stoneham's big return for a touchdown against Notre Dame, the kickoff return, and really they've been pretty average since then. Punt return has struggled. This is what Michigan needs. They need Odoms, one of their playmakers, get the ball in the open field. Great for him. Good things to come for the punt return, and that's something they can hang their hat on. Field position. I know we talked about that earlier for Delaware State, but it's the same for every team. You can get some field position through your punt return.
A return of 26 yards. Robinson will put it in the air, wide open, over the middle, touchdown Michigan. 38 yards, and the touchdown to Grady.
Pretty typical after a big play. You know, I know with Sean Payton, the head coach of the New Orleans Saints, that was one of the big things he did. If there was a big play, a big change, a momentum swing, a punt return, a good return, the foul lane play, deep. The next ball, you're going deep.
Michigan up now 28-0. Right down the heart of the defense. Calvin Grady, touchdown Michigan. (28-0) Michigan as we begin the start of the second quarter. Denard Robinson on a handoff, and straight ahead is Vincent Smith, and he's going to have a big day, the true freshman from Pahokee, Florida, and a pickup of 8 yards. This is a Michigan team, Mark, that's perfect 4-0 here at home. And I mentioned this earlier in the open about Tate Forcier, but it's this entire roster, and they average nearly 38 points a game, and here they sit with 28. And the give once again, Smith. bouncing out, caught from behind, down at the 15.
It's a good run. And talking with Coach Rod yesterday, he talked about his playmakers, some young guys he was really excited about. He talked about Shaw and Smith, and obviously with a run like this, he's got great vision, great balance, quick cut, and he's gone back door, no contain on the backside. You want to get a guy in the open field like that. I mean, every coach would love that. But talking with Coach Rod, he was really excited about these two young guys. He obviously knew they were going to play a lot more today. They look really sharp right now. And the offensive line, obviously we haven't talked about them. They're doing a wonderful job, a great job. And what happens is when you get these quick little backs, it's easier for the offensive line. They don't have to hold the blocks as long.
And flags everywhere. Jerome Strums came in.
5-yard penalty, still first down.
Catch him from behind. And in the first quarter, 199 yards of total offense for the Wolverines and just 20 for Delaware State. And Vincent Smith entered. You just saw his numbers. 87 yards. He came in 4 games of action, 9 carries, 35 yards. Into the near side. Wolverines another big gain and another first down as Stoneham, Daryl Stoneham, will put the Wolverines inside the 5-yard line. And here they are in the red zone once again. Brought to you by Honda Generators. The Honda Generators red zone. Today they've been inside the 22 times. They've come away with 2 touchdowns. Vincent Smith. And he's clogged up. And he gets right about to the line of scrimmage. And Andre Carroll comes in on the stop.
Yeah, that looked like a little bit of a broken play to me. It just didn't look quite smooth as it should. A couple of young guys, 2 true freshmen out there, so that's kind of to be expected. This is a perfect game for them to work those kind of things out.
Michael Shaw now in that I formation. Shaw with 1 touchdown on the season. Robinson sprinting out to the end zone, dropped.
Brown-Trees, he's the receiver that had that big touchdown to tie the game at Michigan State in the 4th quarter.
It was interesting in talking to Coach Rodriguez yesterday about where he is with the offense right now in this spread attack, and that ball was right where you wanted it. And it's dropped, but he said about 75%, probably a year or 2 away, he said, from getting everything in and where they want to be from an offensive structure standpoint. Did you find that interesting or no?
No, I didn't, as Denard scores here on a quick outside run. That's what you get with him. But, the thing about this offense is it's going to take some time. It's going to take some time to get the right players in. But he's saying he's got 75% of the offense in. Yeah. He's going to put that much in because he knows his guys can handle that much. They're going to do that fast, play fast.
And that's what he said, we want to keep playing faster, faster, and faster. And Denard Robinson getting the touchdown. It's 34-0. Try to make it 35-0 Michigan. It's going to be a huge day here, I think, as everybody expected. And Michigan is coming through. Just 1 blunder and fumble. But since that, they've been perfect every time they've touched the ball. Denard Robinson hustling in for the TD. Dominant performance by Michigan, 35-0 over Delaware State. And coming out of the Delaware State timeout, 1st and 10 from their own 32. Nick Elko. Jones in the backfield. Elko looking to the near side and a quick slant. And first down, but a flag on the play as Calvin Tolliver is on the reception, but a flag is down. That may come back.
Shot block. 68 on the offense. 15-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
Center Nick Richmond, and so that's going to now bring it back once again. And for Delaware State, they just can't get out of their own way. Right there it is. Those are dangerous.
You watch this, and it's tough for a team that's a little bit, they have inferior talent to another. Of course, there are going to be more penalties. They have to do some things that they wouldn't normally have to do. But, I mean, you're watching this game, it's got to drive Coach Levan just absolutely nuts. I mean, there's more flags on the field than at the Olympic Games right now.
You've been saving that lineup, haven't you?
Buddy, it's a couple weeks.
You worked on that, didn't you?
Took a lot of time.
Elko and not getting helped out by the receivers as coming out of the backfield. Just Sean Jones, and he's unable to hold on to it. Largest crowd that Delaware State ever played in front of was 29,713 against Florida A&M, and that was actually real close to here at Ford Field in Detroit. They met in Detroit, Michigan. So there it is. I mean, you could pile up the biggest crowds that they've ever played in front of. 29,000, 26, 25, 23, 22, and more right here at the Big House on this Saturday early afternoon. Elko changing things up, and it's going to be a delay game. He ran into that trouble.
5-yard penalty, still second down.
You just got to be a little bit more decisive when you come out, especially with the way that things really aren't working for you. So you just got to come out and say, hey, this is where we're going.
Yeah, and especially with him being a freshman, I would come out and say, listen, we're going to run these 10 plays. That's it. Let's do these 10 plays. Let's do them well. Take out any, decisiveness or indecisiveness, if you will.
And Coach Levan did tell us that he is a knowledgeable player. Maybe he gets out there and he's just thinking too much, and instead of letting it go as Moore brings that one in on the far side. And Michigan is a dominant performance. Troy Wolfuk and Greg Robinson telling us about Troy, just saying, that corner, that's his world. They moved him safety back and forth, just a lot more comfortable in that corner spot.
Yeah, and I think they needed him there. They were kind of had some lack of play at the corner position. He was playing fine at safety, but he's a better corner than he is a safety.
That's going to bring up now 3rd down in a bundle. 3rd and 25 now for Delaware State. Elko straight up the middle, and he's going to be cut down at the 24-yard line and possibly got up to the 25. And Lochner's going to have to come out once again to punt. And Stevie Brown is right there. 41 tackles coming in on the season. And he's added to that total here on this day. Odoms is back at his own 35. And when your head coach Al Levan says that one of our biggest pluses is our punter, and then he's just going to get a bundle of work, and has gotten a bundle of work. And that one's going to be taken and then lost. And Odom smartly just falls on at the 40-yard line, and the Wolverines will come out. The principal edge to this game, how about the total offense today? 267 yards on the season. You see what they average, but this is a Michigan team that here they are with 9:28 remaining in this second quarter. Tate Forcier did come out, run the first series. It was a quick series, resulting in a touchdown. 5 plays, 45 yards, took 151, and since that time, Denard Robinson. But you and I were talking before we went on the air, and you said, I could really see where this is the day for Denard Robinson, just based on everything with Tate Forcier.
Yeah, of course. Let's get Tate ready for the following week against Penn State. A huge game. He's got an AC joint. He had the concussion. Wow. Why play him in a game that you're going to have easily in hand? And plus, Denard hasn't got a whole lot of reps, a whole lot of throws, too. So let's get him here, give him the bulk of the reps, and see how he develops.
Kevin Grady on the carry. His younger brother, Kelvin, has a touchdown, former basketball player here in Michigan. His first career touchdown as a Michigan Wolverine, Kelvin, and a pickup of 4 for Kevin Grady, the redshirt, 5th-year senior, in fact. 2nd down now and 5. Denard Robinson out of the shotgun. Grady in the backfield. And Robinson's going to keep it, go straight ahead, and he's got a 1st down and more as he carries a pile with them into Hornet territory, and now finally pushed back a half a yard or so. It brought down at the 46-yard line of Delaware State. Moving forward, I mean, this is where, Coach Rodriguez yesterday said, no controversy, no issue. I rotate guys in and out, and at the time, nobody knew of the concussion to Tate Forcier last week against Iowa. And they went out there, and of course, Robinson throws that interception. But now, all of a sudden, moving forward, do you look at it from this is going to create even more of a stir here?
Well, I don't know if it creates a stir because they use him a little bit differently. And a week ago, I mean, he was 3 for 4. Robinson was in the final 2 drives. Right. He threw the pick, but he was trying to make something happen at that point. He did give them a spark. Now Tate was struggling up to that point, so why not? Why not go to your second quarterback? They're both young guys. You don't know how they're gonna do in that kind of situation, the pressure situation, in a hostile environment. I felt like it was the right decision to do, even if they weren't trying to rotate quarterbacks.
And you played here in Michigan when there was a time when there's a couple of different guys coming in and out at that quarterback position. It's not like that hasn't happened here before as Grady carries a football.
Yeah, I mean, I've been on some clubs where we've rotated quarterbacks. One of them turned out all right. A guy by the name of Tim Brady.
Yeah,
Tom Brady.
Tom, yeah.
Yeah, his career kind of turned out all right. And, you know, he was spending some time with Drew Henson. They were splitting reps. Before him, Brian Greasy. I mean, there's been lots and lots of quarterbacks here who have split time, and they'll find a way to get on the field if they're good enough.
And so Robinson now under center. Robinson, play action, rolls out, under pressure, down the middle of the field. Touchdown, excellent job getting behind the defense. And the touchdown for Martell Webb. And a good read that time by Robinson.
Yeah, it was a great read. I mean, obviously, it's just a little play action here. I see the tight end go out in the flat. My first reaction is get rid of the ball quick, because especially as a young quarterback, you're trying to you have to learn. You don't have much time. You don't have as much as you want. And also, get the ball in the receiver's hands. Let him run with it. But when I saw where the ball was going, obviously, he knew the backside tight end was wide open. Great decision.
And the coaching continues for Rich Rodriguez. 28-yard connection. And Michigan continues to pile it up 42-0. Under pressure, finds Webb. Webb into the end zone. Already 42-0 Michigan. Stay tuned for the Buffalo Wild Wings halftime report with scores and highlights from all of today's games in the Big Ten, and a lot to talk about with highlights and scores from this one. 42-0, and for Michigan, Denard Robinson, a couple of touchdown passes to Grady and then Webb. And they added 3 touchdowns on the ground. They lead the Big Ten in that category, and they're tied for 5th coming into this game. They have 18 now rushing touchdowns. And then that last pass from Robinson to Webb. And Michigan is rolling, folks. Tarpley getting outside. Tarpley up to the 44-yard line. And so a chance now for Delaware State. And let's see if their offense can click just a little bit. And they haven't been able to thus far.
I mean, at this point, if you're a Delaware State fan, you're saying, let's put something on the board. Let's do something here. And for the guys playing, it's important that they do something well. So when they go to watch the film, they can kind of hang their hat on something, getting ready for the next week.
Denard Robinson, 28-yard hookup with Webb, 5 plays, 60 yards, 209 to Webb, his first career touchdowns. That's happened a lot here in the first half. Junior from Pontiac, Michigan. Robinson 3 of 4, 85 yards and a couple of touchdowns, as we mentioned, and 4 Michigan players with their first career touchdowns, as I just mentioned. And it's one thing to feel as though you're going to dominate a team. It's another thing to come out and actually execute and do it. They do have that one fumble and a nice hook up there, and unable to get the first down. It's going to bring up now 2nd and short as Charles comes down with it, and it's going to be 3rd and short into Michigan territory for the first time. So 3rd and short now, 3rd and 1 for Delaware State. Jackson in motion. Elko under pressure, has Brandon Graham staring him down and running him down, and another tackle for a loss. Coming hard off the edge, and Greg Robinson's got to like that.
Yeah, he loves Brandon Graham, and obviously, you know, any defensive coordinator or coach would. He brings a lot to the table. He's also one of the vocal leaders. He helps a lot with the young guys, and there's a lot of young guys on the defense. He helps a lot with them and getting them ready to play.
A loss of 5. That's going to bring up now 4th down, and Nick Lochner on once again. Getting a workout. Lochner. And it's out of bounds inside the 20-yard line. And they're going to mark it at the 17 as we bring in Brent Stover. Brent?
It's coming back on the field. David Mooseman on that O-line, the ultimate team guy in the last 2 losses. He was the first guy to literally pick up Denard Robinson, help him off the field after that interception in last week's game. Before, he was the guy after the Michigan State loss in the locker room, slapping guys with the shoulder pads, telling them to keep their heads up. And he's playing center right now. He's a career guard, but an injury at center to David Moulton, so he's filling in there. By the way, he's also a nationally ranked chess player, former national champion.
Good stuff. David Mooseman, you'd expect that out of a 5th-year senior. And Nick Sheridan is on a quarterback in a big-time run for Kevin Grady as he busts through a pile of Hornets and then comes out on the near side. And a big run for Grady up past the 40-yard line and a pickup of 25 yards as you see the 3rd quarterback used here on this day, and Nick Sheridan.
Yeah, Nick was the opening day starter a year ago. Obviously, they got two young guys now that fit this offense a little bit better than him. But the ultimate team guy, very good at helping the young guys. He's obviously a little more developed with them physically and mentally at this point in this offense. And he puts all of his pride aside and he helps these young guys out.
The 2nd appearance of the season for Nick Sheridan. You know, getting back to the offensive lineman, mentioned this earlier. Rich Rodriguez telling us what a calming influence they are with those 2 young freshman quarterbacks, and they don't have, as Brent mentioned, David Amalk, although they think he could be back the center next week against Penn State, and Grady off the right side with a 1st down. And just said the leadership that the guys up front have has certainly been significant for this young team.
Yeah, absolutely. And in any huddle at all, if your quarterback's a young guy, someone else has to be the vocal leader, because he's not going to feel like he has that privilege, that right to be able to speak to the guys the way sometimes they need to be spoke to. So David Malk is that vocal leader for this offense. But in the meantime, they got plenty of guys that can do that. And the young guys haven't been rattled. They've been pretty much kept in check with the help of those linemen like you talked about.
1st down, Jerron Stokes on the reception, and it is 42-0. And Nick Sheridan comes up, and Sheridan on 2nd and short out of the shotgun. Sheridan looks over, and now will swing it to the far side. And a great catch by Grady. Grady has a 1st down and down to the 25-yard line. From a level of play standpoint, and we talked about the last 2 weeks at Michigan State and at Iowa, and here's Michigan rolling and against an inferior opponent in Delaware State, and then you got Penn State though next week. From a level of play and intensity standpoint, and what are your thoughts as you now look at Michigan, what they're able to do out here, because they're able to execute?
Right, they can pretty much do whatever they want at will at this point. But the great news about it is, aside from a couple of their usual starters, especially on the offensive line, there's all young guys out there right now. So it gives them a great time, to show their skills in a perfect scenario where really if they do mess up, it's not going to hurt anything. So going forward, you get this kind of experience in a game like this. You could keep applying them to bigger games, bigger situations.
Vincent Smith on the carry, having his best day ever in his brief career here at Michigan. Nick Sheridan on the move, fires it. A 1st down, and down at the 6-yard line, Savoy on the reception. Lateriel Savoy. And in the red zone once again, brought to you by Honda Generators. Today, they've been in there 3 times, 3 touchdowns for the Michigan Wolverines. And marching down once again after a 19-yard gain, and a good job by Nick Sheridan as he got out into space and had Hornet defense on him, and he was able to connect with Savoy. And Grady just keeps going, plowing forward and into the end zone, and the Wolverines are there once again. Their 4th rushing touchdown of the day. That's 19 on the year, which leads the Big Ten.
And Grady deserved that touchdown. Makes 2 guys miss. Takes about 2 guys on at the goal line for the touchdown. He deserved that touchdown. Now, they had 3 rushing touchdowns against Iowa a week ago, who had not given up a rushing touchdown in 33 quarters. This Michigan team can rush the football against anybody.
And especially against a Delaware State team that allows better than 200 a game. Well, they've surpassed that already here. Grady grinding it out. Right. Rolls it on the ground, and it's scooped up by Moore. Moore at the 30, to the 35, 40, 50, Moore. The track star for Delaware State, deep into Michigan territory. So Delaware State with a spark, down 49-0. And for them, they're actually going to start in Michigan territory for the first time.
That's the old kickoff free ball disease. What happens is when it's those kind of low liner kicks that kind of, you know, roll across the ground, you kind of don't know where they're going. Everyone starts running for the football, and all the kickoff team, they get out of their lanes. You have to be disciplined on that kickoff team, and that's why you could get to the outside edge.
Elko looking around with plenty of time, and the pass is caught inside the 5. Dixon on the reception. Honda Generators red zone. This season, 5 touchdowns. They've been inside the red zone just 9 times. And now the crowd getting into it. They want a shutout here with 1:23 remaining in the second quarter. 49-0. Elko, plenty of time. Flushed out now, on the run, throws it to the back of the end zone. Incomplete. Yeah, if there's, you know, sometimes things, little things, right? Get, you know, the thought about a shutout from a player perspective or a coaching staff perspective is something that, you know, you start thinking about.
Yeah, there's something about hanging up, you know, a goose egg up there, especially defensively. You know, you want to hold teams. That's one of the landmarks, you know, one of the things that you shoot for in every game.
55 points is a record for the first half for Michigan scoring. They have 49 against Delaware State. Elko under pressure, short arms it to Jones.
Speaking with Coach Levan yesterday, and one of the things he talked about was the red zone had been their Achilles heel all year for the offense. You know, they really struggled in the red zone. The year before, the year prior, 2008, they were great in the red zone. For like 35 of 43 for 81%. Great numbers in the red zone. Struggling this year, and that's tough. When your defense giving up rushing yards and you can't score in the red zone, that's a recipe not to win football games.
It's going to bring down 3rd down and goal. Here they come. Elko to Jones, knocked back, and Stevie Brown on the scene, and he wrestles him out of bounds. They were flying in. Tariq Jones coming in from the corner, the true freshman from Detroit. And 4th down, and they're going to try to get on the board for 3. And
this is dicey.
Kicking game.
1 of 6. This is dicey.
Riley Flickinger, the senior from Gresham, Oregon, and a timeout. And Coach Levan said, you know, if it's 4th down and we have a chance to go for it, we may. But this is a situation where he just wants to get on the board. Let's take a look at today's Auto Owners Insurance game leaders, and there are a bundle of them: Robinson and Smith and Grady. And Kelvin's brother, Kevin Grady, you could add to the list as well. And this is a situation too with the new long snapper in. How does that affect things? Nick Luckner, the punter, is the holder. Flickinger is on. As you mentioned, he's made just 1 field goal. It is good. And Delaware State is on the board. 49-3. With 57 seconds remaining here in the first half, and the thought of a shutout is gone. And Delaware State, as we mentioned, it's been 57 straight games that they haven't been shut out. That streak will continue for them. On to 58. Last week they lost to Bethune-Cookman 9-7. And Moore, that big run on that squib kick, set everything up.
Yeah, and that's what Coach Rod talked about yesterday, talking about special teams. And one of the things he was worried or concerned about was his kickoff team. In every game, no game's going to be a perfect football game. Every coach realizes that. They will never admit it. It's just something that they all have. It's in their DNA. So I guarantee tomorrow, the day after, whenever they decide they're going to watch film, he's going to harp about kickoff, and rightfully so. But really, this game has been dominated by Michigan. I'm happy for all the Delaware State fans, because now they don't have that goose egg up there. They got something they can hang their hat on, something they can be proud about. You know, at least they have 3 points. They didn't get shut out in the big house.
Well, you know, Coach Rodriguez told us yesterday when we talked to him, he said, we didn't cover well at Iowa a week ago. And then it kind of rears its head here. And while you're still up 46, you know, you are looking for, you know, certain milestones as you look to progress this young team. And special teams, as you mentioned, is, you know, been a little bit of an issue. He said, you know, we just, you know, haven't been that consistent. We need to be more consistent on punt returns and, you know, kickoffs.
Number 25 on the receiving team. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
That's going to back him up. Kenny Demmons. And you see the reaction of Rich Rodriguez. 26-yard field goal, 5 plays, 14 yards, 45 seconds, and Delaware State on the board under a minute remaining here. And Michigan's going to get it backed up here as they lead 49-3. 55 is the record for points for a Michigan team in the first half. And the record book on a day like today is going to change as Nick Sheridan sprints out. 1st and 10, and they're going to start from their own 7. Handoff. Looking around, and Shaw is stacked up and brought down. Joe Mendez out of Montclair, New Jersey there. And the clock's running. And it's going to be 2nd down and long here as Nick Sheridan looks over. (49-3). Dominant performance for Michigan. Just a couple of things. A fumble and then kickoff coverage. Other than that, they have been nearly perfect. Shaw getting to the outside. Shaw out of bounds, just shy of the 30, with 8 seconds remaining here in this second quarter.
Yeah, great run by Shaw. I mean, this is really, at this point, they're not going to pass the ball. They know they're going to run the ball. So to run the ball effectively when the defense knows that you're going to run it, I mean, it says a lot to the Michigan's offense and how they're playing right now with Shaw. This guy, you give him a little gap and he's going to take it a long way. You know, talking with Chris Singletary, one of the recruiting coordinator for the University of Michigan, the guy I played with when I played here, you know, that was one of the guys I asked him about.
About the records, well, you can add to it as Shaw is out of bounds and the clock continues to run through in the first half. Is going to end 49-3. Total offensive record of the first half was held by the Wolverines against the Badgers back in 1988. 412. Will they shatter that with their first half performance here as we send it down to Brent Stover? Brent?
Coach, you pleased with what you've seen in the first half?
Yeah, there's a few things. Obviously, our kickoff coverage has got to get a lot of work to get done, and we've executed pretty well at times offensively, got a few big plays, and in the second half, we got to get a lot of young guys some experience.
How about the young running backs?
They've run pretty hard. You know, again, they've had some nice holes. The guys up front have done a good job. The quarterbacks have executed, but there's a lot of things I can see already we got to clean up.
Coach, thanks.
Okay, thank you.
As you would expect, right? Coach looking at it. He's got some things to talk to his guys about. Denard Robinson with a big day in the air and on the ground. Wolverines have been dominant throughout. Halftime here. Dave Repson on the other side. Getting set for the third quarter here at Michigan Stadium. 49-3. Wolverines over the Delaware State Hornets. The start of the second half is brought to you by Sure Start herbicide from Dow Agro Sciences. It's designed to maximize yield in Roundup Ready corn. Delaware State Hornets band at halftime put on a sensational show. Yeah, fans appreciative here at the Big House. And for the Wolverines, they'll open up with the ball here to start the second half. And from the Wolverine standpoint, Smith, Graham, Grady, and Webb all with their first career touchdowns. Stoneham back along with Vincent Smith back to receive for Michigan. Stoneham takes it. Stoneham, plenty of room. Up to the 25, 26, 30. Spins away from a tackler. And flag is down. And brought down at the 34-yard line. Darryl Stoneham. His average of 27.1 on the return. One of the best.
Holding, number 80 on the receiving team. 10-yard penalty, first down.
Martell Webb, the tight end, with the hold. Big Ten college football brought to you in high definition by Philips HD, available at Target, Walmart, and Sam's Club. Penalties like that not a factor against Delaware State, but they are when you are back in conference in the Big Ten. And so once again, something that Rich Rodriguez spoke to us about yesterday, his special teams. Some issues with it, and a penalty to open up things here. And from the 24-yard line and coming out to start the second half is Nick Sheridan. And on the inside give, Vincent Smith. And Smith is going to gobble up 5. Possibly 6.
Yeah, in the first half we talked about Nick Sheridan and what he can bring to the table as far as helping the other quarterbacks. He comes from a football family. His father, Bill Sheridan, is the defensive coordinator of the Giants. Obviously, he can go to his dad with any defense he sees and say, Dad, what are they trying to do to me here?
Pitch to the freshman, Vincent Smith, who gets outside and picks up a first down. And, you know, you started thinking a little bit about possibly a shutout, but then the field goal for Delaware State stopped that. But here are some things to think about when you look at the largest margin of victory ever for Michigan. It happened back in 1904 against West Virginia, 130-0, as Sheridan swings it to the near side. And another first down for the Michigan Wolverines, as Robinson comes down with it, the redshirt freshman from Klein, Texas. And those were all shutouts, by the way. 100-point games. West Virginia 130. Buffalo back in 1901.
I mean, how is that possible? I mean, 130 points? Are you serious?
Yeah. It's in the record book. Across the middle of the field, another first down for Michigan. And Brandon Moore, the redshirt freshman from Trotwood, Ohio, tight end, comes down with it in the middle of the field.
Yeah, you know, he's rocking the 88, making it look. I thought they retired that thing after I left. I mean, I had 15 starts. You got to retire that thing.
We were having a numbers conversation, but you're like, you know, I wasn't that big of a numbers guy, and then, you know, you change from 82 to 88. That should say Campbell on the back there.
Well, it was slimming.
It was slimming. Kevin Grady straight ahead, and a gain is 7. It's amazing that they actually decided to hand that number out again after you left in '98.
Well, honestly, I'm shocked. And now that I see that it is back in being used, a little bit offended.
Yeah, no, Brandon Moore wears it well.
He does. And Craig Rowe, two young guys with huge upsides. I mean, obviously, I couldn't care less about the numbers. But, you know, it's actually great. I love coming back. And I always would look, as I'm sure any past player, who's wearing their number now, and you take some pride in that.
Vincent Smith on the carry here at the Big House. Matt Devlin and Mark Campbell actually in his first time back here witnessing a game, announcing it. Delaware State against the Wolverines at Michigan Stadium in Ann Arbor, Michigan. It's a little bit different perspective up here than down on the sideline.
Well, there's no question about that. You know, it's a little surreal, to be honest with you, to be up here calling this game when I'm used to being on that field. And, you know, frankly, you know, with my 10 years in the NFL and the bye week, I'm pretty sure my wife is going to say, let's go to Florida instead of let's go back to Ann Arbor in the middle of winter. So it's great to be back. I couldn't be more excited to call in this game. And, you know, I'm looking forward to coming back next time as well.
And, of course, move back into the area. And Vincent Smith is over the 100-yard mark and having his best game. And he came in 9 carries, 35 yards, no touchdowns. Picked up his not only first career touchdown, but also first career 100-yard game and many more yards as he piles it on down to the 6-yard line in today's Liberty Mutual Alumni Spotlight. Who could it be?
The suspense is killing me.
Oh, there he is right there with the jug.
I mean,
no less.
Well, the jug, and John Jansen's the other guy holding that. I mean, that's an awkward hold right there with that jug. I'm going across the grain there, holding the helmet in the other hand, and that dude was nasty.
You liked it.
That's Caesar cut. I rocked the Caesar cut hard.
The Caesar cut. The fact that you even know that what it was.
Yeah, me and George Clooney had it.
50 career games, 15 starts, 32 catches in that one touchdown. Could you tell me about that one touchdown?
No, I really don't want to talk about it because it's humbling for everyone involved. But, you know, the thing about it, when I was at Michigan, it was, you know, we had Jeremy Tooman there, Aaron Shea, all my buddies till this, you know, even today, and all played tight end. We were really stacked at tight end, didn't realize it.
12 men in formation on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
And Nick Sheridan saying it's on me. So all the tight ends there, and that one touchdown reception. I think Minnesota, right here.
Yeah, I know you remember that.
Yeah. Glenn Mason was the coach.
Yeah, Mace took that one in the chops.
He's at Penn State today. I'm sure he remembers that catch.
I'm sure every time that he sees me, I'm sure it just is, you know, tingles down his spine.
And a big-time stick that time as Joe Mendez comes into the backfield to stop Vincent Smith. And negative yards for the first time today for Vincent Smith with under 10 minutes to go here in this third quarter. 49-3, but all joking aside, go on and play 10 years in the NFL and just recently retired. And Sheridan connects. And down to the 5-yard line as Stokes brings it in. With opportunity to actually play this year, but you decided not to.
Well, I just feel that at this point in my career, I mean, I've had, since my years at Michigan, I've had in 15 years, I've had 7 surgeries. So, you know, when is enough enough? You know, I have a couple young kids, and, you know, I want to be able to play with those guys, and, you know, enough is enough. And I knew I could have a chance to work with a guy like you, a real professional.
Here we go. It never ends. 4th and goal. Nick Sheridan spinning. And he is cut down at the 2-yard line as they go for it on 4th and goal. So Delaware State's going to be backed up at their own 2-yard line. Sheridan unable to get into the end zone on 4th and goal, but they lead big to the Wolverines. Now that the Mark Campbell segment of our show is over, we move on. Third quarter action. 9:01 to go in the third. Jones straight up the middle to the 70-yard line. Possibly getting up to the 8, a pickup of 6. 49-3. How difficult at this stage, Mark, from a player perspective, is it to maintain your focus when you're up this big against Delaware State?
Well, frankly, it's not hard to do because you got all young guys in. This is really their first legitimate time to play. So for them, this is just as important as for the Delaware State guys in the game right now.
Jones, and another flag is down. And Jones not able to go anywhere as Leach comes in on the stop.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense number 52. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
And Leach with that face mask actually wasn't 52. Appeared to be 58. Brandon Herron, that reached in. And a Stafford, Texas, 49-3. And those are the sort of things that you know Greg Robinson is just furious about, because you had them pinned back at the 2, they pick up 6, and then the next play, and all of a sudden here they are at the 24-yard line. Elko to the air to Charles, and Charles is wrapped up and brought back as Michael Williams comes up to make the stop, along with Rogers. James Rogers, number 18. They just moved him this week back to cornerback.
Yeah, he was playing wide receiver. You know, he got switched back, and then in the spring, he felt like, you know, I'd like to, I'm not getting any reps at wide receiver, so why don't you put me back at defensive back? And they had been struggling defensively at the corner position, and this is a perfect opportunity for him to come in and get some reps and maybe build some trust in the coach's eyes.
Elko once again to the air and a first down as Charles reels it in.
And if I'm a Hornet fan right now, I'm saying, yeah, give me something. Give me some balls downfield. No vertical passing game right now. All rollouts, short runs, obviously. The runs aren't going for anything. Give me a vertical passing game at this point.
And from a Michigan standpoint, Tate Forcier did play that first possession, led him on a drive, opening drive, and a touchdown. And then a running back situation. Brandon Minor with the ankle injury did not play. Carlos Brown with the concussion. Now it's 2 straight weeks that he didn't play. Suffered that concussion as Charles has another big catch in practice on a Tuesday, a week ago this past Tuesday. So they're going to rest him up along with Minor and wait for Penn State. But right now, you know, Nick Elko feeling a little bit more comfortable out there.
Yeah, and you can see that at this point he's probably like, all right, at halftime he regrouped, said, all right, I have to do something here because it's not going to get any better. It's not like they're going to stop trying. So at this point, let me go out, make some throws, throw with some confidence, and he's done that so far.
And a flag is down. Inside handoff to Jones, having more success in the air. Big Ten fans around the globe will be able to watch their favorite football teams this fall with a Big Ten ticket. The Big Ten Network's new international streaming package, all televised Big Ten Network football games, will be available live.
Below the waist. Offense number 5. 15-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
You know, speaking about Carlos Brown getting concussed, if you will, in practice. You know, these guys, they really only wear pads 1 day a week, but the day they do it, they go hard. And this was a 9-on-7 drill, which means there's 9 offensive players, 7 defensive players, and it's all running plays. So you know exactly what's coming. A big time to set the week's goals in the running game. Got hit by Will Campbell, the huge 3 technique or defensive tackle, one of their true freshmen here that has a huge upside. Very excited to get him.
Justin Wilson with the reception. They go with pads once a week, as you mentioned. That's on Tuesdays. Tuesdays is the day that they go, and then I think you said shells on.
Yeah, and Wednesday they'll have everyone else, all the skill position will come out with no pads. The linemen, offensive, defensive linemen, they'll come out with pads, but they'll only wear them for the first 5 periods, about the first 15-20 minutes of practice.
Second now and 23 after that penalty, backing up Delaware State. Elko to the air once again to the far side. Ball loose. Delaware State recovers. And Wilson is able to recover it. And Eric Jones. Pass stripped from Eric Jones. And then Wilson right there to jump on it.
It's a perfect timing to be the receiver. A little hustle towards the ball, and sometimes these things fall your way. offensive coaches, the wide receiver coach in particular, is going to tell him to hold on to the ball, obviously, but good job to the other player for scooping it up.
Yeah, having success in the air is Nick Elko as he finds more. And why even go back to that running game, which has gotten them absolutely nothing. They only had 17 yards up to this point in the game. And total offensive yards for Michigan, 521. For Delaware State, 117. 100 of it through the air. So Elko out of the shotgun, looking around, and Moore drops it. And he's dropped a couple of them. Stay tuned for the State Farm wrap-up for scores, highlights, and analysis of today's game. And Michigan Wolverine fans are feeling good about their team.
LaRon Moore, the receiver, just had the drop. He's actually the track star. We talked about his numbers, but he is actually the top sprinter on their track team, indoor and outdoor. It's pretty impressive. Now he just needs to be a little more comfortable on the football field, get used to catching footballs. And, that comes with confidence, with reps, experience, all those good things. So, he's going to get better as he develops as a football player.
Steve Watson got his hands on that one. From Colorado, Cherry Hills Village. A sophomore. Offense by half. How about this drive? 50-70 yards in the entire first half. This one 63.
They were inspired by Coach Levan, like you were with our meeting.
Great story. Great story. Under pressure. Big hit. Ball in the air. What a big-time stick by Adam Patterson coming in. The junior from Columbia, South Carolina. Watch this.
I really think we should get back to your inspiration, if you will.
Brent Stover and I, as well as yourself, we sat there and just enjoyed the stories from Coach Al Levan when we met with him, as Lichtner is on the punter, and Robinson is back to receive, and tap back. Great job by Delaware State of doing that, and the punter Nick Luckner getting it down inside the 10. (49-3) Michigan over Delaware State. Today's Verizon Wireless connection is right here. Under pressure, Denard Robinson finding Kelvin Grady for his first touchdown reception of his career, 38-yard reception. And the Wolverines with it once again, and a big run peeled off by Vincent Smith. And he is having a huge day, and a gain of 15 now for the true freshman out of Florida.
Don't hurt him with that nasty little juke on him.
16 carries, 131 yards, and a touchdown. His long 37. He's averaging 8.2 a carry. 49-3. Sheridan out of the shotgun. Took over in the second quarter for Denard Robinson. On the give to the inside. Here's Smith once again down the near sideline. Cuts back up into Hornet territory and down at the 42-yard line. Let's send it to Dave Revson for a Prestone game break. Dave?
Matt, thanks. Big upset developing in West Lafayette. Purdue already on top of Ohio State 9-7 when Joey Elliott hits Aaron Valentine. 15-yard touchdown at 16-7 Boilers.
Wow, how about that one?
That'll be a shocker.
Ohio State 16 and Purdue 1-5. Ohio State has won 5 of the last 6 meetings with Purdue, and they have held the Boilers to 10.3 points per game in those 6 games, and Purdue has 20 turnovers this season, and they're tied for the second most in the nation Had some close games early on, just 1-5 though, and that would be something else because, you know, you start talking about the landscape of the entire Big Ten and Ohio State, you know, at the top. And if that happens, the door really opens back up. Sheridan to the air.
Yeah, and
Good
Danny Hope,
coverage.
the head coach for the Boilermakers, I mean, he's got a great attitude for those guys, and he makes them feel, I think, after every week, obviously they haven't been playing too well this year, he makes them think like they have a chance to win, and they do this week. Just missing a little seam route here right down the middle. That would have been nice to get. Tough coverage. This is a perfect example where Nick Sheridan could throw it on his back shoulder because he's really covered. If you throw it on his back shoulder, the receiver can make the adjustment for the ball.
You know, here's the thing. You go back, big win against Toledo, 52-31 for Purdue, and then at Oregon. And, you know, you almost got the sense as there's a penalty flag down, pass interference. You know, the sense you got from Purdue is, you know, they lost at Oregon 38-36, but they almost treated it like, hey, we could have had that one.
Pass interference. 21, defense. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
So automatic first down, here it is.
I don't know how I could argue that one. Just push him down.
But coming back off of that Oregon, you know, tough loss there, and then you come home and you lose by a touchdown to Northern Illinois. You play ND tight, lose by 6 to Northwestern. And the Minnesota game is their one loss. They lost by 15. Other than that, they've been right there with everyone.
Yeah, and they've played, you know, some good football. Just haven't learned to close the deal, and that will come with a new staff. You know, he's trying to, you know, imply his new methods. I know he was on the staff before, but now it's his team. So, you know, sometimes it takes some time, and if you lose early, you know, it can kind of steamroll into something bigger than it is. Just as if you win, you kind of build this momentum. It's the same way.
Nick Sheridan on for the Michigan Wolverines, trying to lead Michigan to a touchdown drive here, and cut down in the backfield is Michael Cox. And Mike Cox in, and Michigan getting an opportunity to use everyone here. Sheridan looking over. Play clock to 10. It's 3rd and 13. Over the middle. And Mike Cox has close to a first down. It's going to bring up 4th down now. 4th and short.
Really a well-played scheme by Kelvin McGee, the offensive coordinator for the Wolverines. They ran a few seam routes. There were 2 seam routes that plays before. The linebackers were attacking the seams, thinking that's where the ball was, in a man-to-man style of defense, and he just dumped it to the back over the middle.
4th and short. The handoff. Cox. And does he have the first down? Very close. And they may bring out the chains.
There he is, Kelvin McGee, the offensive coordinator, with a great call here just a minute ago. Done a wonderful job today, a really nice job, and with their balance and pass, they haven't had to worry about the pass too much, but when they have passed, it's been some great play calling, especially on the naked play for the touchdown to Martell Webb.
And just short on 4th down, and it's going to turn the ball over. Delaware State takes possession as they're able to get the stop there. 49-3, Michigan. (49-6) after the 24-yard field goal. Flickinger, his second field goal of the game, coming in having just made one here on the season. Michigan Stadium. And the Michigan fans will see their team and move on to a 5-2 mark. Riley Flickinger Sends it in the air. And that one by Roundtree is going to be dropped and scooped back up as he is out of bounds now, and Michigan's going to take over and set it down to Brent.
An story, a tragic story, but also one that has had a happy turn of events for the Michigan program. Redshirt freshman guard Elliot Mealer, almost 2 years ago on Christmas Eve, he was involved in a car accident that killed his father and his girlfriend, left his brother Brock, who's 25 years old now, in a wheelchair. And Coach Rodriguez has kind of made Brock part of the team. Certainly, he's been an inspiration to the entire program. And Brock's a guy that refused to accept the fact he wouldn't be able to walk. He's now able to do so with the help of braces. In fact, because of that, Brock is known as Miracle Mealer. And he and Rich Rodriguez have promised that someday they're going to run out of the tunnel onto the Big House field together. And Coach Rodriguez telling me just the other day, Brock was in the Michigan weight room lifting and getting a workout in, and he pops in from time to time, and he's at most of the games. Pretty impressive stuff.
An unbelievable story on their way to midnight mass. In fact, and you see the brother looking on as a younger brother is playing. David Cohn now on at quarterback. 578 total yards of offense, and another flag is down. Bundle of penalties here on this day as Cohn is on at Statesboro, Georgia.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Number 46 on the offense was covered and went downfield on the pass. 5-yard penalty. Repeat, second down.
So that's actually on the wide receiver. It means the tight end's down on the line of scrimmage, and the wide receiver is also on the line of scrimmage. If that's the case, the tight end cannot run out for a pass. Now, if the wide receiver was off the line of scrimmage or vice versa, there's no issue. But being that the receiver was on the line, it's a penalty.
Fourth quarterback on the day. Tate Forcier came out, played the first possession. First series was led to a touchdown, and then that was it. And Denard Robinson played into the second quarter before Nick Sheridan was brought in. And here's Cohn, and a reception and a first down. Savoy on the reception. A Rotel Velveeta combination of the game, because you can't win without the perfect partner. After the 21-yard pickup, and talking about the running backs, and how about that day for Vincent Smith. Michael Cox, touchdown.
A little burst.
37 yards. 57 yards on the carry for Michael Cox, and a rushing touchdown for Michigan, who leads the Big Ten in rushing touchdowns.
You watch this and you just think that Michigan has a stable of young running backs who are making plays for them right now. The guys that Rich Rod has recruited now are coming in and playing, and you obviously see there's a different level of speed.
Fifth rushing touchdown on the day. Michael Cox with the touchdown. They have 20 now on the season on the ground. Wolverines dominant. Today's Polaris hardest working player is Brandon Graham. 3 tackles, couple of sacks. And then a block punt return for a touchdown. Brandon Smith had the block. He scooped it up and hustled into the end zone, and Michigan on top 49-5. Make it 3. I know our board says 5, but it's actually 49-3. No safety.
You know what's the most impressive part about Brandon Graham getting that touchdown on the punt return? Is the fact that he's on punt return. I mean, that means a lot that your starting defensive end, your star of your defense, is on your punt return team. That says a lot about him.
Another penalty.
There are 2 fouls on the play. Holding, offense, number 67. Pass interference, defense, number 14. Those penalties offset. Repeat, first down.
You see that for sure. The true freshman.
Yeah,
Jones.
Anytime you get your hands up on the shoulder pads, they're going to call that every time because you're going to be able to see the jersey stretch. Really, as he gets some experience, he'll learn. If you are going to do that sort of thing, you grab around the hip. If you get a little shirt around the hip, it's a lot easier to hide it from the refs.
Elko to the air once again, looking for Dixon, and incomplete. 49-3 Michigan. And in the start of the fourth quarter, the Wolverines just so dominant in the first half. And third quarter, there are some things that if you're Rich Rodriguez, you say, hey guys, you know what, yeah, Delaware State, we understand that, but didn't take advantage of some things. And they did not score in that third quarter. They've racked up, though, 579 total yards. Wow. And a big run that time, and close to a first down for Delaware State. Nick Williams on the run. It's going to bring up third down and short. Most net yards ever for Michigan back in 1991 against Ole Miss. They had 715. They had 673 against Iowa back in 1969 in Big Ten action. And Big Ten could really be shaken a little bit today. If Ohio State loses, third and short, does Delaware State get it? And if you're Iowa, 12th ranked Iowa Hawkeyes, 6-0, taking on the Badgers, they're 5-1. Hawkeyes coming off of a victory against these Wolverines last week by 2, 30-28. It's going to bring up fourth and short now.
You watch this play. Big 73 Will Campbell, the true freshman, 6'5", 318, one of their star recruits, absolutely stuffed the right guard, and that's what made that play. That's for a no gain. He's one of the guys right now. I mean, you can watch some different things in the football game at this point. You really know the game's in check.
Yep.
I'd look at a couple guys. I want to see how they're playing. If you like to watch, line play, I would watch 73 Will Campbell, see how he does the rest of this game.
Another penalty.
Delay of game on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still fourth down.
5-yard penalty. There's big Will Campbell from Detroit. A true freshman. Total of 10 true freshmen have played for the Wolverines this season. And 84 of the 122 players, close to 70% of Michigan's roster, freshman and sophomore. That's one of the reasons why Rich Rodriguez told us yesterday, hey, still a year or two away. Talking specifically about his offense, about 75% of it in. That high snap. Nick Luckner, able to get it away. Another flag down. Robinson able to gather it. It appears as though it could be roughing the kicker. And Luckner, 9 punts. That was his
personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense, number 58. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
You know, some sloppy play right now. Brandon Herron. You know, Michigan focused, well executed in the first quarter. Second quarter looked sharp. Couple of things stood out in the first half, and Rich Rodriguez talking to Brent Stover about it. I asked you that question about, you know, keeping the focus, and although there are new guys coming in and getting their first opportunity to extend those minutes of play, you know, whether it's lack of focus or just lack of playing time, you can see how furious Coach Rod is.
Right, and making plays like that isn't going to build any confidence in you from the coach's eyes.
Elko goes deep, has a man. Wilson finally brought down by Jones. And a big-time play, Justin Wilson from Windsor, Connecticut, the redshirt freshman, comes down with it in Elko. They have been extremely successful in the air. 42-yard pickup.
It's a nice play. It's a good throw by Elko. You can tell he's getting a lot more comfortable at halftime. Obviously, he's not going against the first-team defense anymore. These are really third and fourth guys at this point in the game. But he looks sharp. And, you know, for being a true freshman playing in the big house, this is a, you know, pretty good testament to, you know, his work ethic through the week in preparation.
Well, they've passed for close to 150 yards to the end zone here. And tight coverage going for Wilson once again. And they go in the way of the true freshman Jones. You say they've been successful in the air compared to what they've done on the ground. Just 31 yards for Delaware State.
That ball actually hit him in the head. I mean, you saw the play. You saw him twisting in the air. I think he lost track of the ball due to twisting. Typically, they throw those right to the back shoulder, and it's easier to do. But in this case, he completely lost the ball.
2nd and goal now for Elko. Has time. Finds Wilson, his new favorite target. And Wilson is down just shy of the 5-yard line. It's going to bring up now. 3rd down, 3rd and goal. Now you can get free programming alerts on your mobile phone. Be the first to know when your favorite coaches and players will appear on the Big Ten Network. Just text MISH to 20284 or log on to BigTenNetwork.com/alerts. Message and data rates may apply. 3rd down and goal. Elko changing it up. Play clock at 5. Now down to 4. Elko gets it at 2. Looks to the near side, in and out of the hands. And right there, and we have seen LaRon Moore drop at least 4 balls today. In this one, right there.
Yeah, and I don't think he would have scored anyways, but dropping the balls, I mean, that's really a sign of confidence. It means, because talking to Coach Levana yesterday, he talked about he did have great hands. He talked about that he did do all those things right. He just needed to put together on a more consistent basis. But watching him out here today, you can tell he's got a lack of confidence right now.
On for their 2nd field goal attempt. And that one is right through the uprights as Riley Flickinger gets his 2nd field goal. It's 49-6 here in this 4th quarter. Phillips HD player of the game, Vincent Smith, the true freshman. First rushing touchdown, his first 100-yard game. 17 carries, 66 yards, Mark.
Yeah, impressive numbers from a true freshman. Just a wonderful platform for him to come out and play today with, a defense that gives up a lot of rushing yards. To his credit, he made a lot of yards after contact and a lot of backdoor cuts. That's where he got a lot of his long runs. He's been impressive. He's an exciting guy to watch.
656 total yards today offensively for Michigan. Michael Cox, 57-yard touchdown run, 3 plays, 72 yards, 120 taken away on the clock. And sending this one back to Tarpley. It's 56-6. And Michigan leading by 50. And you look at the Big Ten standings. Of course, big story on the day is Purdue right now leads Ohio State. Iowa at Wisconsin leads. And really opening up the door potentially for the Iowa Hawkeyes.
Yeah, I mean, with Iowa beating Wisconsin right now, and let's face it, man, Wisconsin is not Wisconsin without John Clay. I mean, he's the reason why they're the leading rushing team in the Big Ten. They're not the same club without him, because all of a sudden play action doesn't work as well. You can't get your tight ends involved.
Iowa has won 10 consecutive games overall, starting 6-0 this year, and 4 victories to close out the 2009 season. And a big run here for Delaware State. And Delaware State with the first down. And another impressive run by Nick Williams.
Another thing about Iowa, as you watch them, you can tell, if you're a fan who likes to really watch the game and not just look for explosive plays, you can tell that they're the type of team that you have to beat them. They're not going to lose the game themselves. You have to beat them.
A very solid team. Talked to Rich Rodriguez about that Iowa Hawkeye team, and that was one of the things that he was talking about, that they just don't make mistakes. This is a Hawkeye team that has won 10 straight, as we mentioned, possibly going on to 11. And last time they won 10 or more consecutive games, folks, it was a long time ago. and they won 20 straight. And the Hawkeyes from 1920 through 1923, and the last Big Ten team to record 10 consecutive wins, that was Ohio State, and they opened up 10-0 during the 2007 season. And Nick Elko on under 9 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. 56-6, stopped in the backfield. And Greg Banks comes in, the junior from Denver, and he gets that tackle for a loss.
Another guy they knew was going to get a lot of playing time today was Greg Banks. And, you know, they want to see some things out of him to see how he responds to getting more playing time. But they think he has a big upside. So, you know, keep your eye on him the rest of the way out.
Third down now and 15 for Delaware State. Elko once again from the shotgun. Inside handoff to Nick Williams. Williams back to the line of scrimmage and more. And before he is finally brought down, with 8 minutes remaining here in this fourth quarter and 656 total yards. Just 52 yards on the ground for Delaware State. Is this a hard game from a coaching perspective to get a gauge on where you are as a team after these two tough losses? You've talked earlier about how it's a good game for a young team to have, just to kind of feel good about yourself. But when you pull back away, there's certainly going to be enough that the coaching staff is going to be able to point at and say, hey guys, you know, here are a couple of things.
Yeah, and there always is in every game. And let's be honest, some of it's actually needed to be said and some of it's not needed to be said, but they're going to say it anyways because they have to say something that's going to inspire the club to play better.
Luckner on for his 10th punt. Let's send it to Dave Rebson in a press zone game break. Dave?
Thank you, Matt. It is over between Iowa and Wisconsin. The Hawkeyes still unbeaten. Amari Spivey comes up with a nice pick there on Scott Tolzien. 11 straight wins for the Hawks dating back to last year. They take it 20-10.
Thanks, Dave. And now for the Iowa Hawkeyes. They move to a perfect 3-0 in Big Ten play. They are 7-0 overall. 3-0 on the road, 4-0 at home, and they are paying attention, folks, to what's going on there with Purdue and Ohio State. Stay tuned for the State Farm wrap-up for scores, highlights, and analysis of all of today's games in the Big Ten. And a lot going on with Iowa knocking off Wisconsin and Purdue and Ohio State, and what will be the outcome there. And then for Michigan, as you would expect, they've just come out, they've been dominant. David Cohn hands it off on the inside to Michael Cox, who picked up a rushing touchdown, 57-yard run. And Iowa remaining undefeated, and what a year the Hawkeyes are having. 7-0. You see the other teams that are undefeated in FBS: Alabama, Boise State, Cincinnati, Florida, Texas, TCU, and Kansas.
Yeah, the thing about Iowa, if Ricky Stanzi, their quarterback, if he can be a little even better with the ball than he has been, I mean, look out, because they're a team like we've talked about that could be pretty formidable on all fronts. Tough defense, great linebacker play, great defensive back play. They have an offensive line that's led by Bulaga, their stud left tackle. They really just need to be smarter with the ball, and that rides on Stanzi's shoulders. And if they are like that, I mean, who knows what can happen? They could really make a run at this thing.
Michael Cox, 7 carries, 66 yards. That is shotgun with 5:40 remaining. And the rest of the schedule for the Iowa Hawkeyes. A big stick there. Reyes, it brought down. You have at Michigan State, Indiana Northwestern, at Ohio State, and then in Minnesota. And already the bowl eligible teams, well, Iowa, and they knew that actually coming into today's action because of that 6th win. 2 more road games for the Hawkeyes at Michigan State and at Ohio State. And Michael Cox will pick up a couple of yards there And he's going to bring up 3rd down. Things are setting up for the Hawkeyes.
Sure looks like they are, but you know, obviously playing at the Shoe is a tough place to play. You know, Sparty down in East Lansing's a tough place to play. So they still have their hands full, but I tell you what, it looks like all their ducks are in a row.
56-6, 4:30 left here in the 4th quarter. Cone goes down the middle. Reyes reels it in. It's a 1st down, and Ricky Reyes with big smile.
Anytime you go man-to-man defensively, you got to worry about the middle of the field. A great throw there.
Yeah.
Nice and easy catch, and he's only got green grass in front of him. If he catches that ball clean, he has a better chance of taking it to the end zone.
As you would expect on a day like today, 11 of Michigan receivers with catches. Michael Cox brought down by Ahmad Harris out of Cypress, Texas. And this has been an impressive day on the ground for the Michigan Wolverines. They've run for 439 yards. They've passed for 266, 707 total yards. And down to the 2-yard line, Michael Cox.
How about this one, Matt? 34 first downs for Michigan today.
And another Michigan record for net total yards. It was 7-15 against Ole Miss in 1991. 718 total yards. 452 folks on the ground. Cone hands it off. Touchdown Wolverines. Michael Cox with his 2nd touchdown of the day. (62-6). On for the extra point. (63-6). Big Ten Network football is presented by the United States Marine Corps. The few, the proud, the Marines. And brought to you in part by Rotel and Velveeta. Try Rotel and Velveeta's famous queso dip, the ultimate game day snack. And by Philips HD, made to feel, made to amaze. Philips HD. Nine total touchdowns, 8 offensively, and then Brandon Graham off of the block punt. And the Michigan Wolverines up 63-60. Right to kick it off once again. Tarpley and Moore back for Delaware State. And for Delaware State, playing for the first time against Michigan, first time ever to the Big House, and the largest crowd that they've ever played in front of. Tarpley takes it. Tarpley past the 20 and down to the 24-yard line. And Nick Elko and the Delaware State will come out and work from right there. Today's Land Rover Extraordinary Defensive Play of the Game. Here it is.
Great job by Graham. Great block, first of all, by Smith. Good job crossing the foot. Great job by Graham picking up the ball for the easy score. 24 career sacks for him.
Yeah, he was sensational today. Just nobody able to handle him coming in off the edge.
Voted team MVP by his teammates in 2008.
And speaking of coming in off of the edge, here they go once again. Michigan Wolverines with Adam Patterson.
He's played well.
Micah Brown comes in, number 17.
In high school, Micah Brown had 2,000 yards passing and 800 yards rushing.
Well, they'll need that.
I think it's a little too late for that at this point.
You know, Nick Elko showed a little bit of something as they get back into MEAC play. You know, obviously, Coach Levan understood exactly how difficult things were going to be here at the Big House for his team. Football fans, you can create your own football highlight reels each week with a Big Ten football mashup presented by Buffalo Wild Wings. Go to mashup.big10network.com right now to compile your favorite plays and share them with your friends. Understanding that, and played a Delaware team pretty tough. Games like this, you know, for Delaware State, they go back and say, hey, you know what, through the air, we did okay. You know, 151 yards after what happened in the first half. Just a tough spot to be in. And big time tackle there. And Michigan has been dominant as one would expect.
And Michigan's obviously a young ball club at this point, but Delaware State is probably even younger. They got a lot of freshmen and sophomores on that team, aside from a couple seniors on the offensive line. Aside from that, a really relatively young team. You know, they're Anthony Glaude, their star quarterback, you know, completes 58% of his passes. They obviously missed him today. They have a true freshman in Elko to come in, struggled in the first half, as did everybody on their club. Came out in the second half and actually looked pretty well, looked pretty good. So I mean, that's got to build some confidence for them in the future.
Well, coming in on the day with 15 rushing touchdowns. And boy, they really added to that on this day as Robinson is brought down.
What's scary about that, man, is their two best backs didn't even play today.
Yeah. And that was a good thing for Michigan that they didn't have to play Brandon Minor and Carlos Brown. And they expect them both back next week. Penn State.
They're going to need them.
Yeah. 63-6 after two very tough losses on the road at Michigan State. And then last week losing by 2 at Iowa. Yeah, Michigan comes home. They go out of conference, play an FCS school, and just dominant throughout. And Jack Kennedy on the carry. Kennedy, the 5th quarterback used. And that's going to do it. 63-6, Michigan with the victory today. Tate Forcier came out, played one series. Denard Robinson played through a little bit of the second quarter. Nick Sheridan came in.
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. This was the best case scenario for Coach Rod and Michigan's staff and Michigan's team today. Tate got to play his one drive. It went really well. They scored. Let's get him out. Let's get him healthy for next week. He got the shoulder and the concussion. Let's make sure he's right. Denard comes in for the most extensive playing time he's had of the year. And at the end of the first half, he was 3 for 4 with 2 touchdowns, a couple good reads, and some great runs. And then you get Nick Sheridan in, a guy who hasn't played that much.
For the second time this season, 6 rushing touchdowns as we send it down to Brent Stover. Brent?
Well, Coach, good all-around win. Good opportunity to see a lot of different guys.
Yeah, we played just about everybody except the guys we won the red shirt, the freshmen, and they got a chance to play in front of the Big House, and our crowd was terrific today.
Who were some of the guys that stood out in your mind?
Well, really pleased with our quarterbacks early. I thought we did a nice job up front. And then defense, I thought our defensive line did another good job solidly up front. But it really is overall good effort.
A couple of hard-fought losses the last 2 weeks. How much fun is it to come out, to get a win, to see guys on the sideline, seeing the younger guys?
Well, it's a lot of fun to be back home. And then to see some of our guys that have been in the program, committed an awful lot the last several years, get a chance to play in front of this crowd was tremendous.
Congratulations on the win.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate it.
Coach Rodriguez now 5-2, perfect at home, 5-0. Penn State is next week, folks. Running backs more than likely back. And Michigan will continue to try to roll. They win it today, 63-60 for Mark Campbell. Brent Stover, I'm Matt Devlin. Let's send it to Dave Rebson in our network studios.